After introducing financial innovation by taking a historical approach, we have given a framework for defining this phenomenon. Using a taxonomic approach, we then explored different typologies of financial innovation, allowing us to better understand its origins. Logically, after describing what financial innovation is, its history and origins, we will now look at its consequences. While the record of all financial innovations that have stood the test of time is positive, not all innovations are good by nature. In economics, most innovations that endure allow for a better allocation of rare resources and are beneficial to all over the long term. However, some innovations can have negative consequences for some and benefits for others. Other innovations, or rather fake innovations, are in fact just a remix of existing products or methods. As a general rule, therefore, it can be said that financial innovation has a bright and a dark side. The bright side of financial innovation is that it allows a better allocation of risk between economic agents. Among other things, financial innovation allows for a better quality of financial services. The dark side of financial innovation is that it can lead to the emergence of financial assets that are perceived as performing well by investors, when in reality these assets carry neglected or hidden risks. Others may help banks to create complex structured products in order to exploit the naivety or low level of education of some investors. Finally, some innovations may amplify the fragility of the financial system, contributing to an increase in systemic risk. While the invention of the credit card and its introduction as a means of payment is undoubtedly a positive innovation, other innovations have left less positive memories. Debt securitization vehicles such as ABS, RMBS, and CDOs were the fruit of talented engineers but played a significant role during the subprime crisis in 2007. Other financial packages based on more or less sophisticated Ponzi schemes contributed to many financial scandals. Other fake innovations, such as factor investing, were fashionable after the debt crisis in Europe. Factor investing was nothing new, actually. This method is based on articles published by Jean Fama and Kenneth Roth, dating back to the 90s. Meanwhile, some institutional investors have experienced significant losses because some of these risk factors are not stable. We could also take as an example of fake innovations certain financial products claiming to be ethical or green and displaying labels that are sometimes misleading, when in fact, responsible finance has existed for a long time. The first ethical fund dates back to the 1980s. It is a fund called Nouvelle Stratégie 50, funded by a religious sister, Sister Nicole Ray. To conclude, we can therefore say that not every financial innovation is good in itself. Some have perverse consequences, while others allow a better allocation of risk and are therefore beneficial to all. Still others are fake innovations, and like bad innovations, they do not last in the long term. We can therefore conclude that the good or bad consequences of financial innovations depend largely on their motivations and causes.